Hi, folks. How's it going? I um, I just did a class. I taught a class of sorts at the downtown library. Like the uh, the flyer. Well, yeah, I guess I can't show you too, because it would be backwards through this cam. But it was like kind of Halloween themed. Friday the 13th, basically just explaining my maps of the underworld, like Egyptian maps of the underworld and other ancient maps. And so, I figured Halloween is the best holiday to match my research with, because it's focused on, Halloween is supposed to be the time when the portals between the world and the underworld are open and everything. So, I just my poster, my flyer was just one of my comparisons of the Book of Two Ways of Seppi illustrated underworld map of America, and with a comparison of satellite maps of America. And it just said in red letters, hellscapes, hell spells, and other dark magic. And then under dark, it says, like, i.e., mysterious. Because I don't actually believe in, like, evil magic or whatever stuff. I mean, other than like modern technology, you could say is evil magic. But in general, I think there wasn't really evil magic. Magic was just astronomy and geography. So, for the most part. And the spells were not literal, like, because the people who believe in evil magic usually believe that magic spells and magic stories are literal, which I guarantee is not the case. So anyway, it was interesting. Like, my friends helped me out. Like, my friends Keith and Kathleen helped drive me down there with all my books, because I guaranteed like a free book to everybody that attended, or at least the first 30 people, being optimistic. I think about 15 people attended. Um, yeah, maybe a little more. Like, some people came late, and then left early, and I don't know, there was all kind of comings and goings. So, but I would think about 15 people probably were there altogether. Um, so it was my friends Keith and Kathleen, my friend Trey, my friend Gopal, and I think his wife. And I'm not sure if there was anybody else there I knew. And then there was a bunch of teenagers that came, like maybe like 10 teenagers, and at least some of them were from Aptos High. I'm not sure if they all were or not, but so it's like I didn't have it as well prepared as I might have, just because it took so long to frickin' just go through my photos and find the right photos to use. It took and I still didn't get all the way through my photos, because that's just from one folder of photos. Like, I have like multiple folders with like probably over 100,000 photos. But I just went through one folder that has 30,000 photos in it. So that took me like a couple days. And I had went to my friend's show the night before, so that cut into my time of scrolling through photos. So anyway, um, I ended up getting most of the way through it and getting some relatively good photos out of there, but I didn't get time to actually put them in a good order. So it was kind of haphazard, just like clicking through, kind of like a slideshow. So I did it at the downtown community room, downtown library community room. I reserved the room, and they also let you reserve like the equipment to attach your laptop. So I attached my laptop to their big screen, and so I just put all the photos I wanted to show in one folder, and then I just set it on a slideshow or something, and I just clicked through the photos. But I think it went fairly well. Honestly, I don't know how everybody reacted to it. Most of the teenagers had to leave before the end. They said they had to go somewhere. I'm hoping that wasn't just a polite way to like, but no, fair enough. They may have had to go somewhere, but one of them was a heckler. Like, there was the one kid that was like, kept asking questions, and I was like, oh cool, somebody's asking questions, but his questions were dumb. His thing was just that, like, well, don't you think that like the ancient people could never have like sailed around the world and stuff because they were too primitive or something? And I'm like, well, no. And then he just kind of kept asking the same question. But anyway, at the end, as he left, he like told me off, basically some little snide, smug troll comment. Like, he said, I don't know, something about how like all like it's all nonsense. This is all like nonsense and bullshit or something, and I should stop wasting my time or something. But of course it's just like literally right as he goes through the door, because these type of people, they know they can't withstand like an actual conversation. So he just scurried away. So I'm hoping he only spoke for himself and not for the rest of them. I gave like free books, so I brought 30 copies of my book, and so I gave out about 10 or 15 or however many there. I mean, some of the people I knew I had mostly already given copies to, but and then I just, whatever was left over, I went, Keith and Kathleen gave me a ride. Afterwards we went out to a pub kind of to hang out, and then they gave me a ride to Pacific with the box, my box of books, and I just like stayed out there on Pacific Avenue, downtown Santa Cruz, and had a bunch of big posters that I had printed out for like a presentation I had tried to do at a local open mic at a cafe, like at 11th Hour Cafe open mic. But in the event, I did the presentation, but I didn't really have time to show all the posters in the presentation. So I had brought these posters because I thought maybe I would be able to involve them in the class, but that didn't really happen. So I ended up just posting all of them on this one, empty building downtown. I mean, like half the buildings downtown are empty now. Like, everybody's going out of business. Probably that's everywhere, but so I posted like, I think it was 22 posters on just along this window, like of this empty store or whatever, and then I just stood out there with my box, like giving free books to people. So it takes a while because most people don't want free books, and they don't even want to know anything about history, and they definitely don't want